Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Megan Sullivan Art. Here to show you through my design team project for the month of April for Lavender Blue Shop on Etsy, which is the designer's name is Fiona Coley, and I'll have all of her relevant social media links down below. So the kit that I have used for this particular journal is called By the Sea digital kit, which is a kit of journal pages. It doesn't come with any ephemera. It's got beautiful aquas and lots of vintage imagery, and you get 6 A4 pages in the kit. So that's obviously, you fold them in half, you end up with 12 pages for the kit. And so what I've done is I've printed the kit twice, and then I've created ephemera from the extra pages in the kit, so I can point that out for you. So I've decided to call this Siren of the Sea because it has like a general sort of a mermaid theme to it. It's 16 centimetres wide by 22 high, which is just my standard size for A4 paper folded in half. And it's got a 7 centimetre wide spine. So we've got 2 signatures with a 3-hole pamphlet stitch on this one. So this is one of the images from the kit, which I have sewn. I've backed it onto coffee dyed paper and sewn around it, and then I've fussy cut around it. This was from an article of clothing, so it's got some little, you might see a little fleck of a sequin here and there. But yeah, it screamed beach to me when I saw it. And then I've done these little wooden laser cut things that I've painted and added onto the journal, so they add a little bit of dimension, and they're well and truly glued on, but hopefully they don't pop off. So inside I've got shell book pages from a book on shells of Queensland shells. We've got some kids mermaid book pages and a beach book, some pages from that, beautifully illustrated. We've got coffee dyed paper. I've done a lot of stenciling, which looks like bubbles or water droplets to me. And the digital kit pages I've backed with my own digital papers that I've done when I did a beach journal for a custom order, so you'll see that in here too. Yeah, and I've used scrapbook paper for the liner and the pocket here. This is some Japanese fabric, but it looks like to me like a chain link, so that worked out well, thinking of a ship's anchor, that sort of thing. Lots of space to be able to add extra to the journal and expand it, and that's the back, and the back of the journal is just plain fabric. Okay, so what have we got? We've got 180 pages over 2 signatures. So let's jump in. So what I've done here, so this is ephemera that I've made from the digital kit by cutting it up. So these were, you know, the parts of 2 pages, and you can see the stenciling there. Some is gold and some is aqua or teal, turquoise colour, and then I have used white. So, and it's all backed onto coffee dyed or lined, printed off lined paper, which has got like a shell pattern faded into the background there that I created. So those journal cards sit in the front there. So this is the first page that I've chosen, which has the mermaid or the Siren of the Sea on the front. This is the backing paper that I've created. These are my crazy coffee dyed papers, which to me look quite bubbly and have a good texture to them. Some stenciling. This is part of the mermaid book, which is a map of the world. This is a part of the kit, as is this piece. So there's not a heap of embellishments on this, but more so the stenciling. One of my pages, the kids' book page about the beach. The shells, another little tuck there. Had such fun doing all the stenciling. A kit page. Just really, really stunning. I just have fallen in love with it, so I definitely will be using it again. Piece of the one of the pages as well, so as is this journal card, and that's got some gold on there. Oh no, this book page, I can't remember where this book came from, but it's got lots of ocean and nature illustrations, which you'll see some amazing pictures coming up. So this is a digital print of mine. Kids book page about the beach with shells. Another one from the kids mermaid book. DigiKit page, and that's what I had used to make the journal card in the front cover. So it's a big journal for writing or for putting digital kit page from Fiona, Lavender Blue. My creation in the middle. So yeah, lots of space for putting in photos of a beach holiday or your summer. Digital kit page from Fiona. Digital kit from Fiona, Lavender Blue. Another part of the page turned into a journal card or a tuck, as is this one. This has got a great illustration, so that's of a ship with anchors and nets and buoys and pulleys and things. Lavender Blues kit, shell book page. Other side of the mermaid world map there. Second, so Lavender Blues kit, and that's what I had turned into the pocket. That was a tuck spot, and that was another journal card. So that's how I've divided the kit up. This was a whale, which you'll see coming up, and I just fussy cut that out and just have sewn it to the edge there. So you could tuck something light underneath there. Another one of those pages with the illustrations. Again, a part of a page, as is this image you would have seen before. And I've just sort of crazy stitched around that, backed it onto coffee dyed paper. Just done a little bit of stenciling there. So you could turn it into a further pocket if you wanted to. There we go. There's the whale. I like doing that with kits actually, creating my own ephemera. So here, this is a part of a page again, as are these two. More illustrations of some cranes or some ibis maybe. This was a part of a calendar, and I've lined that with coffee dyed paper and stenciled, so that's thicker than the rest of the book. Another illustration. What does it say? A fossil tooth. There we go. This is a cutout backed onto some stenciled paper onto the book page. More shells. So that was 2 journal cards that I made from those. Just another little tuck and a piece of page. That's got lines on the back. That's a mermaid image there. Yes, I think the colours of the book pages all worked in really well. So this you would have seen I made into a tuck, and this was another journal card there. And so in the back here, we've got these two are offcuts. So we've made one a bookmark and the other one a journal card. And this was the main mermaid image at the front, and I've just put a bit of that knitting kind of fabric there and turned that into a journal card as well. So these are one of my big journal cards that I love to make. And it's got a bit of gold stenciling down there and the back pocket, and that's just my sticker, my business card sort of sticker. And so there you go. So that's the By the Sea journal that I've created. That'll be listed in my Etsy. Well, it already is in my Etsy. So that is up for sale. And I've called this one Siren of the Sea is what I've called that journal. So if you're interested in that one, please pop on over and check that out. And so I asked Fiona for 2 digital kits this month. Must be a little bit crazy. But anyway, so this is part 1 of the second digital kit that I chose. So this is her Botanical Beauty journal kit. So as I normally do, per typical Megan style, go a little bit crazy, and I created 4 huge signatures. So this has got 2 signatures in it and 140 pages. And again, similar measurements, a little bit wider because I've got some paper tabs, 17 by 22, and with the same 7 centimetre spine, sewn in with wax linen. So I have got some book pages in here. I've got some scrap paper tabs, which I saw on YouTube and just loved the video. So I'll link that one as well. I've got some little fabric scrappy pieces that were made by Bonnie and Clyde. So I'll link to her shop as well. There's some stenciling in here as well, which came from Kmart. There are some coffee dyed paper elements that I've used that came from Cheryl Hall, and backing papers for the kit pages. I used Valia Craft Studio on Etsy. She's an Australian designer, and I used her Australiana kit backing papers for this one. And they're just absolutely gorgeous, and it just fits in really well. There's a lot of inking, so I've done Victorian velvet and antique linen distress inks. And there are some postcards in here, which were by Redoute, The Art of Redoute, they're called. And let's jump in. So this fabric was new, and I've really distressed it up. There's metallic inks and Posca pen that I've squeezed out and used basically to give it a distressed look, and then I've run over it with both of the Victorian velvet and antique linen, or tea dye, sorry, ink pads to make it look really grungy and dirty and, I don't know, just old, because it looked very new before. Just a loose lace tie, but I might replace it with an ivory one or a pink one. Yeah, all right, so I've chosen to, because I have got some Australiana imagery in here, so I've chosen to do an Aussie scrapbook paper liner, and then we've just got a tapestry upholstery fabric on the inside there. So these main pages are Fiona's digital kit from Lavender Blue, which is the Botanical Beauty journal kit, and just printed as they are. It just comes out borderless, which is great. These backing pages are the Australiana kit from Valia Craft Studio, so I'll link to her. She's got amazing kits as well. So where I had book pages that had writing on them, I've put coffee dyed paper which I've inked around, so you'll see a lot of that to increase the writing space in here. And I have made my own journal cards. This is a part of an Edith Holden book page backed onto the end paper from the Edith Holden, and I've just put on a label there. So these are one of those scrappy paper tabs. I just chose to glue them. The lady on the video actually just sewed through the middle of them, and then they've been glued onto the page, so you see them front and back. Good way to use up just little scrappy bits and pieces. So they're all coffee dyed papers. This is a magazine book page which is matte from the 1970s. This is the little snippet from Bonnie and Clyde that I bought. I think I had 10 of them all together. So in the kit you get these butterflies as well, which I have inked and then put onto some backing paper that I was using as my inking backing page. So I've cut that out. So that's slightly different in each of the signatures. Wildflowers of the World book. That's the stencil that I've used repeatedly throughout. And these have all been coffee sprayed and dyed. This is an envelope that I had collaged ages ago. So I've included that. It's got some original eco dye in it, eco dyed papers. So there's nothing in that envelope. It's empty for you to fill. The Botanical Beauty kit. Anything is the Valia Craft that's backing. So this is obviously, as we know, our Edith Holden, who we all find very hard to part with. So I've got coffee dyed paper over there. Made a book page pocket here. These are the journal cards that come with this particular kit, and you get 8 of them all together. So I've just chosen to stick them on the front there. This is one of the Art of Redoute postcards. So these are new, they're not vintage, but they have his illustrations on there. Another Wildflowers book page, again covered over, some stenciling, another butterfly, another tab. So it's a bit decorated, but it's not heavily decorated. So this is a shorthand book. One of my coffee dyed crazy pages. Middle of the signature, Edith Holden with the poppies. Yeah, so it's definitely a writing journal. There's lots of space. Lavender Blue, digital kit. Lots of space for you to further decorate yourself or just use it as a writing journal or for photos. Another big envelope that I had collaged, and it's gold on the inside and empty for you to fill. It's quite a big one, that one, probably very close to A5 in size. A collaged glassine bag, nothing in there. Another tab. Another journal card backed onto stenciled coffee dyed paper, and just they've all got these fabric tab on the top as well. And I've just finished inking up the cover for this as well, so there's ink and paint. Bonnie and Clyde's little snippet, another butterfly there. Botanical Beauty from Lavender Blue, really beautiful vintage images in that one. Lots of lined paper as well as the blank pages. Another butterfly. Another Art of Redoute postcard, just clipped on. Botanical Beauty, Lavender Blue. This is just a circular flip there with another snippet. Another journal card with stenciling on the back. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeousness. I didn't cover over this one because it talks about parts of the flowers, so I just decided to leave that, but if you don't like it, you can cover over or you can write around the space around it. Another tab. This is glued down. This is what came from Cheryl Hall. Sorry, not Cheryl Hall. It is Cheryl Hall, yes. So she sent me some papers that she had coffee dyed and stamped and things like that. So that's one of those pages. A gorgeous page there. Couldn't resist putting that one in. Another tag from Edith Holden. That's the one. Bit of stenciling. So you get envelopes with this Botanical Beauty kit as well. So I have chosen to actually, glue them together. Let's see if I can get this out. So I've just put in here 2 more journal cards, and they've been printed with a handmade paper background, and there's just a piece of coffee dyed paper, and I did choose to print on the inside of the envelope, so they all have the same pattern on the inside there. So all the envelopes are sealed. Yeah, so they're very pretty. So using the images from the book pages as well, those ones. Another one I chose to leave because it's got the parts of the petal and flowers there. More Edith Holden, beautiful. Like you could ever cover over those illustrations. And where there was poetry, I left that as well. Another butterfly, Botanical Beauty. Another tab, gorgeous image there. And another snippet from Bonnie and Clyde. And the back, so the final Botanical Beauty image there. And again, same scrapbooking paper on the back here with the Banksias, I think they are, or the bottle brush. So this is the first one of the Botanical Beauty journals. So there's a bit of a side view. Yeah, so the other one I'll hopefully get finished over the rest of this Easter weekend and have up. But this one I will list on Etsy tomorrow, which is Easter Saturday. So that one will be up for sale if anyone's interested in that. And yeah, stay tuned for the next video. Cheers, everyone. Bye.